he bought this house in 2020, and he filled it up with a couple shamanic's.house.com rugs. That's what he said.
Is he selling it? I hope you're selling it because you're probably going to sell it right away now. Nice. $200,000 in Atlanta. I bought it in 21 for $200,000 in Atlanta. It's worth $331 on the Zestimate, so good on you. Right off the rip, where you're in a positive equity situation. That's what we're trying to achieve. And this looks like a pretty, look guys, these houses built 20s, 30s, 40s, they don't fall down. They're pretty well built. Power wash this brick, paint this. Nice little afternoon at Home Depot rental. We're gonna get real fucking cozy with our Home Depot rental guy. Go to all of them and find out. Here's my problem. I go to the Home Depot in Johnston. A guy has a bum leg and he's the most miserable motherfucker you've ever seen. And he likes to walk out and tell you no a lot. So he's just a fucking nag. So it takes you 2 hours to ring out every fucking time you rent from this guy. So I go to the other one because he's just too fucking slow. So good on you for buying that, man. Looks like a nice house. Looks like you have a lot of little projects that you can do. This yard, some landscaping. We can paint that old school chain link fence. Those old chain link fences aren't that bad. You can paint them. Look up the funny way to paint chain link. That's cool. Landscaping is all DIY. Get some fucking fertilizer. Scratch that lawn down. Get a thatch in. Get it cleaned up and work on the basics. Start with cleaning. For all of those who are buying a house, my first thing that I'm always gonna say when you buy a new place, just clean the fucking thing. Call mom, call auntie, call uncle, call your boys that you moved their couch. It's time to clean. Take the fucking windows out, take the cabinet doors off, fix the screws, start there before you spend a fucking dollar, because there's nothing worse than spending money and the whole thing fucking sucks. All right?
Jeremy Lullaby with the 50 has a question for you, Nick.
Yep.
Nick, I'm 31 and renting with roommates in South Carolina. I make $56K a year but cannot afford a house in my area. Barely any savings after a divorce. And I have a VA loan. Very capable of DIY work. Do I keep renting until I buy or invest in a side hustle? Thank you.
Don't invest in a side hustle, but take work that you can do and complete yourself and then stash that on top of your regular job. I wouldn't buy a house. It's always going to be the thing. This is the new sell right now is buy the house. No, is it? Marry the house, date the rate. That's like the big realtor sell right now. Date the rate. Well, let me tell you something, guys. Getting out of a mortgage, in and out of a mortgage isn't fucking that easy. And I like how banks and realtors just breeze right over that. Just refinance. Okay, what happens when you go to refinance and the house is worth 22% less? Now what? Oh, you don't want to give me the money? Oh, I'm stuck here? Oh, okay, I'll just fucking blow my head off. Because I've been there before. That's almost why I do this. I've been in a position where I bought a house for $290 from a for sale by owner because I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a moron. For sale by owner FSBOs are people who are too fucking stubborn to pay a realtor. Now, there is value in a good realtor. The problem is 99% of them fucking suck. The 1% of realtors know who they are. They're here chilling because they know realtors suck. Realtors who are watching this right now know that other realtors are fucking idiots. But the great ones will do the right things. They'll be honest. They're like a good friend. And they'll tell you, clean your fucking house up. Do this, do that. Do this before you list it. Don't shoot for this. I'll get you this. And they'll get you out of the fucking jam you're in. Or save you from a jam. Essentially doing this job. But I'll never be a fucking realtor again. I've been a realtor 2 times, just so you know.
I hit another real quick question. Brandon Hadar with the 20 says, Nick, I used to sell cars for Tasca. Now I work blue collar. How can I break into selling luxury cars and make fat bank where you used to work and be a surrogate son to boomers?
You don't make money selling luxury cars, just so you know. You make money in volume. Volume luxury is where the money is in the car business, guys. Mercedes lease plan sucks. I'm not at Mercedes for a reason. You will make money. The thing's fine, but they're gonna jam up. They're gonna jelly up soon. BMW always stays keen on their lease. Lexus should be hot in this region. Those are bulk luxury cars. Your ticket's a little higher. Your commission's a little higher. Guys, the optimum commission split, we're looking for 20% on the front end, 25% on the front end, 25% on, and try to get paid on the back end. Try to just find the best pay plan. Pay plan. That's really all it boils down to. And try not to work in a place. If you know you're going to be running into a boiler room of a dealership, do not plan on staying there because you're fucking lying to yourself. You're going to morph into something you don't want. You're putting yourself artificially into a microwave. Be ready for that because in 3 years, you're going to look like shit. I mean, look at me. Looks like shit. But no, I mean, you lose a part of yourself when you put yourself through that sort of like, go and get the fucking money out of a car dealership. I get it. You're there to make 150, 200 grand a year. You can do it, but you can only do it for so long. So just keep that in mind.
Our small house is a good way to break into flipping.
Yeah, cheap stuff. Work on someone else's crew for now. Honestly, you want to watch hell? Go work for a flipper. Call a guy who's flipping houses, obviously, and say, hey, man, I just want to work. If you want to see it, I would do that for 1 month before I would flip. That was what I wanted to tell you guys this week. Go work for a flipper for 1 month. They need labor, trust me. They don't want to pay anything. They want to pay everybody in cash. Go see the fucking hell this guy is in. Like, go, just be a laborer. Just be a guy. I was one. I was a fucking laborer for a flipper for fucking 6 months while I bought a crack house from him. He gave me, like, it was like the Mr. Miyagi, the part where Mr. Miyagi gives Danielson a car and he gets to pick out all those like shitty 40s Chevys that no one gives a fuck about. And he's like, you'll pick. And Daniel's like, oh, whoa! And he picks out like the fucking gay-ass yellow one. Like the fucking yellow convertible with the woody side. Like, what a fucking shitbox he picked. There was so many more dope whips in there. So work for him, go see some hell, and that's it. What a nice quaint house we got here. What a nice starter home here.
He said he painted the interior white, changed the furniture and knobs and fixtures, and he bought it in 2021. Any ideas on what to do next to it?
Don't spend too much money on this, my man. It's kind of like, don't go ham. All right? I would do this. I would find the nicest house in my neighborhood. I would see how much that house sells for or is worth. I would comp my neighborhood. Then I would spend $1 million on the house in my head. And then I would work a logic puzzle backwards on what has to happen. When the house is already pretty good and livable, the best way to attack it is, how do I come at this thing from the very top and then say, like, am I going to stay here for a while? Is this a step in the ladder? Am I going to be here for more than 7 years? If so, start spending some money and start kind of like, just like, you could do a little bit of landscaping that could make it look cooler. These 2 front windows could be replaced. You could do a nicer siding job. You could do, you're not going to get a return. You already have like a new floor. It's not, obviously I'm sure you would pick a cooler floor out if you bought it yourself, but, there are things you can do to increase value. Like if you want to, but you're not going to get it on a house that's already, like, this is too close to flip it again. You don't want to, that's just putting good money before bad. This bathroom needs to be redone. You can do that one. That bathroom needs to be redone. You can do that. The basement's kind of nice. Like, I mean, what are you going to do? You got to fucking, you can't go ham on this thing. You can't just spend 700 grand, but the pool's going to be fun for a little while. Would an in-ground pool be nicer? In-ground pools are worth, they're pretty valuable. You may want to fuck with this thing for a little while longer until it shits out on you. You might want to sell the house and move. I don't fucking know, but you could blacktop the driveway. That's an easy one. You can seal coat your driveway. That's a super easy one if you can, if it's not concrete, if it's asphalt. Do all the things you can and then work on it. You could also put a window in somewhere here. You could probably do something right here, and you could make this, you could dress this area up a lot, but that is a huge siding job, so keep in mind. You could do a lot, though. You got some big money to spend. Just see if it's worth it. That's the way I consider houses.